but I'm going to invite Amir, the main man, to give us a moment of his time to just do another intro to the walking group.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Amir. I'm one of the admin for South Manchester Muslim Walking Group. Thank you very much for coming today. I'm just going to give you a brief introduction about who they are because we've got a new set of people here who've never been here before. I'm a GP, and in my day job, I obviously see patients with all sorts of different problems, all sorts of health different issues and things. But believe it or not, during my daytime, when I'm working from 8 in the morning through till 6 o'clock, I might only walk about 200 steps in the whole day. It's just part of the busyness of life, the hustle and bustle. Everyone's sitting in front of a computer screen, just watching things all the time. Back in 2018, 6 years ago, 2 years before COVID, we were diagnosing 1 to 3 people with diabetes every week and 3 to 5 people with pre-diabetes every week. Everyone in my family has diabetes. And I was giving all this advice to everybody else about what they should be eating and how much exercise they should be doing, and not actually thinking about, well, what about me? What am I doing for myself, for my own family, and so on. And so I came home and I said to my wife, I'm going to start a walking group. And she asked the question, well, why do you want to do that for? We can go for a walk together. Of course we can go for a walk together. But I had a feeling that there'd be more people out there who might want to go walking. So we started. And we started before COVID, and then of course during COVID, people weren't able to do very much other than go outside walking, and the group, mashallah, grew. Now, mashallah, 6 years down the line, we have over 2,500 people who are on our Facebook page. We have over 600 people that have actually been on the walks, and we've been all over the place. When we first started, it would be nice, warm, sunny days. In fact, today's been quite a warm day, hasn't it? It's been 13, 14 degrees centigrade. But I can tell you, 6 years ago, if I'd been asked to go on a walk, I'd have said, no, it's too cold. It's February time. Who wants to go out in the cold at this sort of time? And we'd miss the opportunity of seeing this beautiful world around us. There's a saying among cyclists, there's no such thing as bad weather, it's only bad clothing. And if you have the right clothing, if you have the right footwear, if you have jackets, coats, multiple layers, waterproofs on and things like that, it really doesn't matter. And in fact, 4 years ago, my wife noticed that on the days when we didn't go because it was raining, we'd end up just sitting, watching TV, eating chocolates, crisps, sweets, watching Netflix and so on. And she turned around and said, do you know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever the weather is, let's go. So 4 years ago, we changed tack. And now, mashallah, we go every Saturday and every Sunday. And so, mashallah, that went really well. After every walk, we always ask for people to give feedback on how they felt about the walk. And I remember 2 years ago, we were going up Mamtor, and those of you who don't know, Mamtor is this beautiful, quite steep mountain. It's in a countryside area, and someone gave some feedback saying, "Great walk, but it's a shame there was no masjid there, and there's nowhere to do our wuzu." And everyone thought, how could you expect a masjid on a mountainside? But yet, I feel feedback is useful, whatever it is, in whichever guise it is. And that got me started to think, well, wait a minute, maybe there is something here. What about if we start a walk in a masjid and then perhaps go and walk around that area? And that's where the idea came for us in Ramzan. And we did this last year for the first time, where we actually went to different masjids. We supported the local community. We engaged with them as well. And we also went for a local walk in that area. And that opened my eyes up, our eyes up really, to all these different beautiful masjids everywhere and beautiful communities that we have. In fact, we did our first one at Makki Masjid on the 1st of March with Mufti Hannan, alhamdulillah. And it was such a beautiful mosque in a beautiful area. We ate, we met together, we read namaz together and then went for a walk. And again, people commented on how beautiful that was. And then I have an admin team of 9 people, of course. Amna is one of them, Rehan is here, Shahid is here, Sophia is here. We've got a few other people, Tayyab is here as well. Ayaz is also, he's not here today, but we've got Ayaz and we've got Manwara as well. And the team noticed one thing and they said, when we put our walk on, we'll get 10 people to come. But if we do a walk and we attach food to it, it becomes 20 people. And that was the idea of the social space, where we launched it with Amna and Sophia as our social space leads. on New Year's Day. It was a New Year's lunch. We were charging £35 a head for the meal, and to break even, we needed 40 people. The place would only hold 80 people. In fact, we actually got 81 people coming, and it was a fantastic day, great opportunity for us to meet, to pray namaz together, to talk to one another, learn something about Islam, learn something about some of the places that we've been to walk on, and of course, eat food together. And then since then, we then did our second event, which was 10 nights. It was a play, so something about culture. And 10 Nights is about a man who's very, very far away from Islam, who doesn't, very, very far away from Islam. In fact, he was drinking alcohol, very far away. But he decided to sign up for itikaf for 10 nights. And the play was the story about how he transforms himself and learns about the fact that none of us are perfect. All of us make mistakes and errors. But actually, this life is a test for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing us to see how we can become closer to him. And if we take one step towards him, he'll run towards us. So I just want to finish by the group and what it's all about. It's got three main purposes. The first is about looking after our own health and well-being to try and prevent things like diabetes, blood pressure, stress, back problems, mental health problems. The second, very importantly, is for families to come together. It's lovely to see families coming to parents, children. Walking is one of the few things where grandparents, parents, and children can all come together and go for a walk. And the third is for families to meet with other families. So thank you very much for coming today. Thank you for supporting us. If you've not registered with South Manchester Muslim Walking Group, please do. Tomorrow's walk, as I say, every Saturday and Sunday we do a walk. So tomorrow's walk is in Cheadle. It's at Cheadle Mosque, and a short walk afterwards. I'd love you all to come along and join us and inshallah help the group to grow and invite other people. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.